Okay. Let me see.
And let me read. It says, household rules. We didn't quite agree on domestic rules and how to share responsibilities at home. And the final bit, I couldn't even cook.
Though when I read, I said, "Oh, did Evangeline type right?"
No,
because
I couldn't cook. I didn't know how to cook. I mean, I come from a family of amazing cooks, caterers, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was the girl with a book in my hand all the time. I would clean, spick and span for you, but to cook, no.
Isaac, did you know this before you went to the altar and said, "I do for better for worse"? Did you know this?
Yes, I did.
It was not a bother for you.
No.
Do you love to cook yourself?
Yes, I love to cook.
So at the time when you knew that she couldn't cook, were you thinking that, okay, maybe she'll learn, or, oh, I can cook, so we're fine, we're good?
Well, I think that cooking wasn't, maybe it's because of the love language I'm leaning towards. Okay. So, knowing how to cook wasn't really a big thing or a value for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some
She came in with more I would say very important
pluses,
values or virtues that I like than just cooking.
Okay. But Evangeline, you understand that for some men this would have been like a
well, yes. And honestly, now that he's saying, I think that he must have underestimated the role of cooking in building a home. Yes, because
how did it turn out?
Home, he encouraged, said, listen, we'll buy food.
Okay.
Right? And I have terrible stories, very funny and very embarrassing stories about food. But I mean, for God to bring us to a level where my husband can call me from the office and warn me not to let the children finish something I cook because he wants to come and have more of it. Imagine that. Me, Jenny.
Wow. So what exactly happened along the way that now he's telling you don't let the kids eat everything?
So I had to build the interest. Yeah, I think that childbearing and the fact that my children could ask me, "Mommy, what is this? Mommy, me, I don't like it."
I don't like it.
Those kind of things pushed me. And then I actually sent it to the Lord in prayer. I spoke to the Holy Spirit in my kitchen. And there are things he would tell me, do this, add this. And of course, I learned one simple lesson from my mom. My mom told me, don't add any of those monosodiums to your cooking. Yeah. And it's healthy, one, but it has also really helped. And by God's grace, I think my kitchen is a lovely place.
Yeah, that's right.
Isaac, what do you say?
Oh yeah, I can confirm that 100%. She's an amazing cook.
She is an amazing cook. Please, when can you invite me? I just want to come and say hello.
I'm sure you like the local. I like Momone. Yes, please come.
I like the local. You know, it reminded me of one time I made food and I thought the food was good. I enjoyed it. And my son told me, "Mommy, the food is not nice."
Oh.
And I was like, Lord, this guy just bruised me. But, you know, it pushed me to work pretty hard. But I want to ask, I mean, it's been 15 years together, right? I mean, 18 years, but 15 years of marriage. Or
no,
still 18 years. Okay. Okay. What would you say is one thing that you believed about marriage that turned out completely different when you entered in? Before you're like, and then you go like, hey.
I know. Should I take that?
You can go ahead. Yes.
Okay. So for me, one of the hardest things coming to reality was to accept that I didn't marry my father and I wasn't my mother.
You didn't marry your father and you're not your mother.
Yes. The model marriage that I thought I saw growing up was not going to be my story. I mean, no two marriages are the same.
Yeah.
Every marriage is unique. I mean, your background, everything speaks to the union. And that makes it so unique. I mean, marriages are as unique as fingerprints. There's no two marriages that are the same. And the earlier I realized that, the better. And I had to stop imagining my husband would do everything I saw my father do. You know, likewise me. And it hits me that I had to start a new unit, completely new, maybe different purpose, you know, but completely new, and do my own thing differently.
Make it work for you.
Yes, yes.
Isaac, how about you? Like a reality hit you like, this thing, I have to reposition myself.
Well, the first thing was that I had this impression that once you choose the right person, then everything is automatic. The romance, you always be happy.
You pray at 12 midnight
all the fantasies, there won't be fights because you understand each other and all of that. I realized that no, that is not. You have to work. It's really work and commitment. Romance is not automatic. Intimacy is not automatic. Effective communication is not automatic. Everything must be you must be very intentional about everything that you do.
And talking about intentionality, how these things don't automatically happen, I'm curious to know some simple things you have done as Isaac in the marriage, as a husband, to keep the friendship alive, to keep the romance alive, to keep honoring your commitment. And I'll come to Evangeline also for that one.
Well, I would say that most of the virtues that we have, or the things that we do now, we co-created. We had a discussion about it. How can we improve on this? So we started this weekly dating, where we just go out, hang out. Those days we were working together. So one of the rules is to ride together.
In one car?
In one car.
Okay.
And we had very, very intimate moment. We read the Bible, we pray, we do all those things because we are riding together. So from Lakeside all the way to our various workplaces, I'm going to High Street, she's going to Snit, and we spend time together. Again, we choose days, especially Thursdays, we go and sit down at sports and just buy a drink and just non-alcoholic drink. Because my pastor
you have to define the drink.
I have to define the drink. And then we spend time together. We talk maybe about our vision for the year, anything at all we can, just to create the bond, And then we have this morning kiss before we part ways.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I miss it, it's a sweet. Where's my sugar? So when she says sugar, you can imagine when you are fighting and you have to give sugar. So I think that these are some of the intentional things we do to really spruce up the marriage.
And at the time you chose to do one car, you both had cars, different cars. So it was a sacrifice you chose to make, because I'm sure it would be inconvenient if one person is keeping the car, the other person doesn't have the car, has to move around. But why was this sacrifice worth it? If I may ask you, Evangeline.
Okay, so
because if you are your own car, you have your freedom. Some of so
no, you see, I think between Ike and I were very, very ambitious at the start of our careers. Would rush out very early, come back late, spend a lot of time at work, and we realized we're missing out. Now, if you follow our story, we didn't quite build a strong friendship or bond even before marriage. So we had a lot of teething problems, lots of them. And we just devised this, to do the Accra traffic, read books together. We read books together in the car, we pray, and then the rule was to hold hands and pray before we left. And there were mornings that I was looking out the window the whole time because I couldn't stand his face. Yes.
It's
real. And so you have to hold hands and pray. And those awkward moments of, are you praying or am I praying, And
so you pray.
It was very intentional. Very, very intentional. Yes, a big sacrifice.
And I know sometimes along the way in marriage, it feels like you become roommates. This one goes and comes, and this one goes and comes, and sometimes it takes something really huge, maybe not for everybody, to kind of jolt you and say, hey, we're roommates here, we're not living as married couples. For any couples listening this morning and they feel that is the stage or that's the point they've gotten to, if you've ever been there, what would you say to them? Who would want to take this first?
So let me try it.
Okay.
I think that yes, it is normal for things to get a bit mundane. However, we have to open up. I have always said that marriage is consistently changing. It's not one static. It's not an event. It's a process. It's always changing. You never figure out your husband or your partner till they die. No one would. You can't master marriage. So every scene, every circumstance will change. I have talked about how women are now saying, because of hormonal changes, there are 4 phases of a woman's cycle, blah blah blah, and because of that, a man should give a woman a break. No, I think that the knowledge should rather enlighten you to do better. Yes, don't expect your man to understand because this is what science says.
That's what it is.
No. So go out of your way intentionally. Sometimes you have to talk to other people. Sometimes even a movie, you watch a movie and you see a couple do something, you're like, this is so nice.
We can pick this up.
Try it. Yes. You know, spring a surprise on your husband when he comes home. Remove his socks and his shoes. Dig his feet into some salty water. Give him
Isaac
a
is
foot
smiling.
massage.
You have to finish. I have a question for Isaac. He's smiling.
Something, anything, you know. And of course, this is daytime radio, but several other things by God's grace, God leading us.
How do you manage to say several other things and by God's grace when we all know what you're talking about in one breath, in one sentence?
That's well, listen.
Yes, we're listening.
One of the things I can tell the men out there: give the woman money. What's I say?
Oh, Evangeline, what day were you born? Oh, Evangeline.
You know, money can make a woman do all manner of things. I tell you. Money, sikaga krebi. If you let her find an envelope under her pillow or something, or just give her that momo.
I have to stand up for you.
Listen, the kind of things a woman will do, you will be shocked that you've been living with her. You know.
Oh, yeah. Isaac. Hey, Evangeline. So when she started talking about putting the feet in water, and I saw you smiling, clearly you've been a beneficiary.
Yes.
But talk to me. The money she's talking about, what tribe it that? What was the after effect? You know, talk to me. Talk to us.
Yeah. So I think that this thing happens with working class marriages, where we take our spouse for granted, especially the women, especially those who are working, and we feel that they have quite some resource, so they don't need my money after all. So I was that kind of guy who, like, you know, Eva doesn't need the money.
She's hardworking.
You know,
she's ambitious.
She's
got it all.
Yeah, she's got it. So, but Eva said, "Me do sika." So in fact, I had to be very intentional about this. Initially, I wasn't, you know, I'm also a very stubborn person, so by the grace of God, I've changed. So,
Amen.
So ever since I started being intentional about spoiling her with the money, just giving her money without any reason, I mean, he opened doors, and anytime I spend, I'm getting multiples of it.
Isaac is preaching.
So, honestly, I think that there is a secret code in just giving your wife money to spend.
Wow.
There's a secret code in it. Anytime, and this one she doesn't know. One time, just recently, I gave her just a little token.
Okay.
And I was just there, and then somebody called me and said, "What's your Momo number?" So out of nowhere,
Hey,
you know, the Momo just came.
yes,
And then based on that, in fact, during our wedding anniversary, we were just home. It was as if it would be a normal dinner or this. I said, "Pack your bags. We are checking into a hotel." I said, "Where?" You know, so if you are wondering how that whole thing happened, I realized that when I invest, I get multiples.
You get multiples. Even how does it feel about discovery? Now you know the truth about this thing today on Sunny FM.
Oh, I'm surprised. I feel that, you know, and honestly, a man who finds a wife finds favor. You obtain favor from God. You find a good thing and you obtain favor from God. And to love a woman is money. And if you love the woman, you will be surprised at all the things that will happen. Doors will open for you at work, in places you never imagined. Wow. Yeah, I believe it's true.
Hey, this, you know, I'm going to cut the part where Isaac spoke about the money being a secret code. That's a bit on a line that was signed for a while now. You can join this conversation 0540-130-684. And it's lovely hearing Isaac talk about how happy he is to do something like this for you. But what about for him as a man also? What have you realized that for men, I mean, that thing that kind of sparks them, it gets them alive, it makes them also want to do anything for their wives? If you can also share a code with us on that. Yeah.
Right. So I would say appreciation.
Okay.
In all our counseling, I tell the women that words of affirmation is a constant love language for the men. Yeah. You must go out of your way to, in the middle of the day, send a text to your husband. Tell him what you see him doing. Tell him, I see you. I know it's tough. I see you, and we appreciate you. Because most men, they man up all day, but all kinds of things are going on inside their heads, you know. And a man needs to hear it, and hear it especially from his woman. You must let him know, I see you. I see what you're doing. We appreciate you. We are proud of you, and I'm praying for you. I tell women, sometimes in the middle of the night, lay your hands on your man and pray for him. If he catches you, even better. If he doesn't see, thank God, you know, and keep praying for your man.
Isaac, you want to add to that? You can add to that.
Well, I agree, perfectly agree. And sometimes I even find out that, in fact, in recent time, I just saw my wife's phone, the alarm went off. And then I checked, you know, she wasn't in the room, but the phone was just ringing. When I went to check, it said, pray for Isaac Gbenartey. And it really touched me. So,
yeah. Evangeline, more money coming. More money.
So yes, we want, especially a lot of people are appreciating you. A lot of people are saying all the nice things about you, and in your own home, if you are not recognized as such, it can be very, very frustrating. So I think that is something that our wives must develop and cultivate that, and be intentional about it. Let them know that yes, it's our responsibility, but they must also tell us that they really appreciate everything that we are doing.
I'm happy this is coming out, because we recently had our Father's Day event. We do it a little different. We call it the man cave, where men are supposed to find a safe place where they can be vulnerable, share. And I was at the registration desk, and one man stepped out, was going to the washroom, and he asked me, do you also do something like this for the women? I said, not quite. We do it a little different for the women. No, you should do the same thing for the women. Because sometimes we make us feel like we are ATM. Only money, when we come, money. If you do that, we'll come home, but go and find our joy somewhere.
No way.
I'm like, oh my God. So I'm glad we're not just hearing about money, we're also hearing about appreciation and affirmation, knowing your partner's love language. And as we get ready to wrap up, I really want to know what you think about postmarital counseling. I remember before marriage, a friend of ours invited us to what I would say possibly was some kind of premarital counseling before the churches. But after we got married, a few things happened on marriage. I'm like, oh, but no counselor taught us this.
Right.
But after many years, I look back, I'm like, oh, but that before we got married for that program, they talked about it. What happens before the marriage? It's like when their counselors were not listening, because you saw about the honeymoon. Then now you enter and then you blame your counselor. So your counselor didn't tell you this, but they may have. But as I wanted. But let's talk about the importance of postmarital counseling.
Yeah. So experiential learning, you know, is the highest form of learning. You can read all the books you want before you marry, but when you are in the marriage, everything applies differently. And there are things you see, you know you've seen it before, but you now gain the understanding. Unfortunately, I'm sure you saw from my post that for close to 15 years, we never sought that kind of counseling. And we've had very bad experiences from other people who have gone to open up about their marriages. And marriage is really sensitive. I'm sure at the beginning of this interview, we're like, oh, Eva, how can you put all these things out there? But so you need to seek counsel, because you know that it will be in the multitude of counselors that you get the wisdom that you need. However, people being the people that they are sometimes not able to handle classified information. And we've seen that sometimes in places that were supposed to be trusted places, you find that people betray you, and they end up hurting the relationship even more
worse.
because they haven't dealt with the information with confidence, as is expected. I've seen people who have gone for counseling and have been broken completely. I've seen a marriage couple that went to see a pastor, and then the marriage rather failed afterwards because of what the pastor went to tell the husband. So for me, I have drawn a few lessons. I don't know how it applies to others, but as much as possible, you may need some accountability partners. But once your relationship with the accountability partners grows, you have to know that biases and prejudices have also grown. And because of that, you may not get the best out of that relationship if you were to seek counsel. My best counsel in my lowest moment in this marriage happened with a stranger, complete stranger in a different country.
Wow.
Yes. She didn't know me. She didn't give a hoot who I was, what I'd done,
about your feelings,
what I think, where I think, what I do. No, she didn't know my husband. She gave me clear-cut counsel, and I realized so far in my work, it's the best counsel I've ever had. It's unbiased, and then it's not juicy news. All the information I gave her, it's not too juicy to go and share anywhere because she doesn't know who I am.
So then, your point of view, you'd rather, if you had to speak to a counselor, you'd rather speak to someone who is independent in terms of connection with both of you,
as
so
much as possible.
There's no bias. The person can speak to the matter.
Yes.
Trained professional.
Yes.
And we have just about 2 minutes to go, and I was so enjoying. I think I should bring you back for an extended one. Mommy was so happy with the money bit. She says, please share the link. Christian husbands, Ejumani Mrini, Christian White Show. Another one from Millicent. Millicent has joined us on Facebook. Says, wonderful couple. Indeed, they are. This is my first time meeting Isaac up close. I'm loving it as he's joined us on this conversation. And maybe I'll let Isaac have the last word. Your encouragement to couples out there, those whether it's been 2 years, particularly maybe those who are newly married, because you've walked that road, you've done midway. I mean, you're 18, you're praying for another 18 and another 18, another 18. But those particularly who've done the honeymoon phase, like first year, 2 years, and now you're like, hey, is this the woman? Is this the man? Talk to that couple for me in 60 seconds. Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing I would say is that every marriage goes through different phases. And at every phase, you need a specific wisdom to go through. So if you are going through a challenge, don't suffer in silence. Get accountability partners. Speak to somebody you can trust. You can observe the person from a distance, how they manage sensitive information, and then you can approach them.
Okay.
And then tell them about the issue. They may share a word or two. Because every marriage is not the same, you can just get the information, then you glean what applies to yours, and then make good use of it. So if you are going through any difficulty, understand that it's a normal thing. It will pass, but you need the right wisdom to go through that phase, and it will keep changing. And when it changes, get in touch with people you can trust, accountability partners who will come in and support you, say one or two things, you pick it, and then you apply it. If it works for you, then you gain the experience and you can also pass it on.
Keep going further. Wow. It's been a great morning with Isaac and Evangeline Gbenartey. Thank you so much for showing up. It's been encouraging having you this morning. And I'd like to encourage you to follow Evangeline Gbenartey on Facebook. I've not checked her out on Instagram, but at least Facebook, you're going to see all her posts on the encouragement she has to share on there about marriage. I remember for us as a station, we are also dedicated to supporting, equipping marriages with the tools they need at different stages of their marriage. And so this year, Couples Retreat is on 27th to 30th of August. It's 4 days, 3 nights at Aqua Safari. Of course, the luxury stays there. We're going to be having retreat sessions. It's exciting couple bonding activities. We're looking forward to some of you even making your anniversary celebration. If you haven't made the time to celebrate your anniversary after so many years, this could be the opportunity for you. You can send us a WhatsApp 0545 223324, 0545 223324. If you'd like to get back back to this conversation, you can find on our YouTube page. We've also been on Facebook. Isaac and Evangeline, pleasure having you in the studio with us this
Likewise,
morning.
thank you.
And I'm so going to play my sitar right now.